Hello everyone. Welcome to chapter 138, 2024, part 2. Where in the last episode we did a full retrospective of 2023, and in this episode we're going to be talking about the plans that I have for 2024. If I sound sick, it's because I am genuinely after the whole massive wave of sickness that was summer of 2023 and the autumn of 2023. I am sick again. The first sickness of 2024. My drink today is a sports drink. It's a vitaminized sports drink. It's tasting of lime. Great. I'm not yet coughing that much, but my throat does itch, and I'm not gonna lie, I am mustering all of my energy right now to don't sound sick. And I don't know if I'm really winning that battle. It sounds like I am maybe losing it massively. So, with that said, also, sorry, again, throat pass problem. I am not mentally in a good place. Last week has been incredibly hard on me mentally. A lot of insecurities and self-worth issues have come up massively time after time. And this Wednesday I had my second pre-production meeting, and it has turned I'll talk about it a little bit later, but I'm not good. Okay, I'm not well, but I'm gonna soldier on and talk about 2023 and 2024. We just started the year. 12 days have passed. I watched a bunch of movies. I watched a bunch of movies that I've been wanting to watch for a while, and I just did it. I probably will spend today playing games because I can't leave the bed. My legs are fucking shaking like crazy. I can't even go to the bathroom properly. And I just need something to relax. I just need to let go of my brain, because otherwise I will overthink everything to the point that I might actually have another nervous breakdown, a massive one. But before we go anywhere, let's just go to the retrospective of 2023, just headlines. If you haven't listened to the last episode, there is a link to it in the description, as well as a link to the special episode, because I forgot to put it in the last episode. So yeah, do that. And there is a link to it, by the way, in the description, to the short that I made in AK8080 Studios, which is basically I'm not dead and I will be making more videos, which I will. The Video and Start a Fire is going to be on the back burner for a while I, at the very least, start on another video. I don't know what yet. I have some ideas, but I'll have to see which one will be more, which one will be more prominent. So, just the headlines. And in 2023, I did fixed teeth and pulled out wisdom teeth, kept on with the last thoughts, and had the first themed season, which was season 7, if you haven't listened to it. I did academic writing a lot, and I even managed to be involved in the publication of one of them. I did more script writing as well as some fiction writing. I wrote some short stories and a script for a movie. I was involved in movies. 4 short movies I had massive involvements in. I had a first time being an audio recorder on set of a movie, which was mixed result. I did a lot more performances. I did one for Uncle Vanya and a short one for The Father, the Strindberg play. I wrote more reviews. 2 of them even got published in 24 magazine. And I wrote in November again. I went back to in November. I had my longest relationship, which was, and is going on incredibly great. I met some new friends. I reconnected with some of the old ones. I did some traveling. I went to Dubai. I went to the north. I went to Tabriz, and I went to Isfahan. And I did some train building. I built a church out of cardboard and did more painting. I painted a few things. And I watched a lot of British shows, which are Taskmaster, 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, and Would I Lie to You? Um, oh Jesus! Speaking of Taskmaster, there is an Iranian version of Taskmaster coming out now, and I probably won't watch it. I say that as in the back of my head, I'm thinking, oh, that would be a good video, just comparing it. But no, it's very localized, and I don't want to bring attention to it. Fucking hell, I am really mad though, because the person they put there to represent Greg Davis is not a good person. Anyways, let's talk about my plans for 2024. Some of these are self-explanatory. Some I need to discuss a little bit more. Some of them seemed much more likely when I wrote this plan than I do now, but as I said, it's the beginning of the year, and only Poseidon knows what will happen. Which, by the way, if you don't know, I say Poseidon instead of God because I don't know why. I don't know why. It sounds more fun, like Poseidon is my god, which he is. He's the hottest god out there. So, first, preparing my application and getting my actual IELTS. Now, this is something that has been going on since 2020. It's always keep coming to the next chapter. And honestly, I think I need to do it this year because of a few other things that are coming together. I might get my master's this year, and if I do that, I'm not going to be exempt from conscription for a while, and I don't want to get stuck in Iran. So I'm going to prepare my application and find a university, start at least some correspondence, and get my actual fucking IELTS, which is a bigger an ordeal than you might imagine. 2 is getting my driver's license, which I went to driving classes in June. I think in May and June I went and did that. I went and passed my written test. I failed my practical test the first time, and it's normal, nobody gets approved on the first practical test, but I didn't go anywhere. And I didn't get, because, okay, this is the stupid thing. You have to get up at around like 6 a.m. Bring your files to the driving instructor's class, and they will give you a time for the next day. And then you go and get your file back and then go and take the test the day after. The problem with that is it is incredibly a nuisance. You have to go there twice, and it's not in a good time. And if you don't go out at like 7 a.m., usually the spots are filled. Now, the problem I didn't do it in summer is that it was fucking hot. And so the thought of just going out there and standing in the hot weather, waiting to sit behind the car, wasn't good, especially since this year was one of the hottest years, probably in Iran, and one of the driest years as well. And it is not good. I'm not going to talk about that. That's an existential crisis, and I don't need an existential crisis on top of personal crises. But yeah, now that it's winter, I think I can do that. I just need to get off my ass and go and get my appointment, fail again, then take another class, because I am not a good driver, especially with clutch, like a stick shift. They're not automatic cars. I don't know why. Stick shift fucking sucks. I know some people are like, oh, that true driving is like that. I don't give a shit about true driving. I don't even like cars. I genuinely can't tell you the difference between cars. Like, for me to understand the car, I need to look at the back, because that's where they usually put the name of the car. I don't know the difference between cars. So anyways. Number 3, learning color grading and or audio mixing. This is also again something that has been passed year after year. I don't know why, because genuinely I think that I should be able to do it. It just needs me watching a lot of tutorials, and most of them are free tutorials. And for some reason, I don't do it. I know why. I have this inclination that I don't want to improve this stuff because I don't want to get bogged down in the details. But in reality, I think I am either too lazy or I feel like my brain doesn't have enough capacity for them as well. But I do want to learn some color grading and or at least rudimentary color grading and audio mixing. At the very least for my own videos. Which is something I'm 2024, I have a good feeling about it. Sort of. I don't, but I have to say it. Number 4, write more fiction, which is short stories, scripts, and my novel Goodbye Beautiful, which I started in 2020 and then just put aside for some reason. I think I need to get back to that and start writing it again. At the very least, keep it going on a steady pace. Because the lack of fiction is really hurting me, the lack of writing fiction. I genuinely want to write more. And with more fiction, non-fiction that I write than fiction, I feel like, I'm stuck in writing non-fiction and then I'm losing my grasp on how to write good fiction. But I need to write more fiction. And I do want to write more short stories because it's actually something that will get to our number 10. And yes, there are 10, so I need to pick up the pace a little bit. But I also want to write more non-fiction, which is the book proposal I'm writing with Kamyab, and also my thesis that I need to write because if on my next semester I probably need to deliver it, and I haven't even started on it. I've written just a list of movies that I need to watch, and I haven't even watched them. There were like 40 movies. 10 classical westerns and 30 spaghetti westerns that I need to watch, and a bunch of books that I need to read that I have actually bought but I need to read as well. Number 5 is finish editing. Finish editing We Didn't Start the Fire Part 2, which as I said is in the back burner, but I need to edit it and publish it. I will do it. A lot of people just delete this stuff and I'm inclined to be one of them. I delete one episode of Born in Quarantine, which was about Brazil. I still kind of am sad about it. I wish I had kept it and just edited it and just had it for myself, but I deleted it. But also, on top of finish editing We Didn't Start the Fire Part 2, I need to start my Dracula video and make my Dracula video this year. I have spent a ton of money on buying board games to present in the background. I want to make that video. And since it's gonna be me wearing different costumes in different hairstyles and different beard styles, it's gonna take a while. So my goal is at least by the end of February, by the time it's my birthday, that I have my script for the Dracula video ready, so I can start filming bit by bit. It's gonna take a long time. We'll see how it goes. Number 6, keep on with visual and audio project, which is The Good, the Bad and the Interesting, The Last Thoughts, of course the show that you are listening to, and I want to get back on guesting on more podcasts, and hopefully I can do that. I need to get back on Podmatch. I don't know why it fell out of favor. I know why it fell out of favor. It was because of the fucking internet problems in Iran and VPN problems, but I need to get back to that. Number 7, oh my god, this is gonna hurt. Make a short movie. When I wrote that, I thought, this is the first one I'm gonna cross off. I'm gonna make my short movie. Right now, budgetary issues have made sure that it's not as viable as I thought it was. And that's one of the reasons I'm depressed. It's that I feel like there is a huge chance I might not be able to make it. And it's hurting me. It's really hurting me mentally to just think about it. And I want to make movies. That's my job. That's what I've learned to do. And I can't do it. Because it's too expensive. Because inflation rates in Iran is so fucking high. And I'm tired. I mean, genuinely tired about that. I will keep that and probably will talk about it next week or the week after or anytime I can. But right now, this is not seeming viable. But I need to make a movie. For my thesis as well, I need to make one and give it. So even if it's not the one I'm making now, I will write another script and then we'll make that movie. Number 8 is crafting. Train, model, kits, book nooks, and bookbinding. Again, this is something that came each year. I just pass it along. I have a kit that I need to make, and probably I will start shortly. I want to make that before my birthday. February 28th is a sort of a arbitrary deadline because it's my birthday. And I will be waiting for your birthday wishes. But yeah, I want to make that kit and we'll see how that goes too. I have a foam cutter that I haven't even plugged in. That's sad. Anyways, number 9, eating healthier and losing some weight. Already, I don't think this is as possible as I thought because when I'm this mentally distraught, food is the comfort that I go to. Sugar is the reason that I keep going on. And with the way things are going, I feel like my sugar intake is going to increase massively. And that's not good. That's really the opposite of losing some weight. It's probably gaining weight. But at the same time, if I can manage to prepare my application, I'll leave even a lot of the mental problems that I have regarding safety issues is alleviated. So at the very least, I can then attempt at a better life. Jesus. Probably should have put going to therapist, but again, therapists are expensive, and right now, I don't know what to do. I'm not well. That's as far as I can tell you. Number 10, work on board game / video game. I want to design a board game or video game. Something of design value, at least a document that I can show people and probably find some sponsors for. I know this is like lofty goals, but I do want to do that. And I do want to learn how to work with RPG Maker if I go to the video game route. Board game route seems more likely because I already have a few plans for one and probably will do something about it. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I want to work on a board game or a video game. Basically designing a gameplay and see where that goes. Work on more stable source of income. I've talked about it before. I don't know how likely that is at this moment. At this moment, I am broke. Not literally, but if my movie is made and it's not brought down budgetary like massively, I am gonna be fucking broke, and I don't want that. But I also work on submitting stories and articles and proposals and resume, which is just spreading my wings a little bit. I want to write my short stories and start submitting them. Some of them are more hilarious, and I have one or two horror ones that I think would be great for those horror magazines. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to Submittable and start submitting them. But first, I need to write more as well. Like the last tangible story that I've written, and if you search for it on this podcast, you will find it. I don't know which episode was it, but it was in season 1. It's That Night the World Ended. After that, I've written bits and pieces, but the short story that I wrote in 2023 was a gift for my friend, and I don't feel good about submitting that because that was a gift, and unless like there is a collection of short stories, I don't think a lot of people will probably want to read that. But we'll see how that goes. I already have an idea in mind. It's about a remote village with one specific task that even they don't know why they're doing it. And I might write that in my usual style of reporter style, like, oh, it's so dry that it must be true. But yeah, those are the plans for 2024. Genuinely, I think 2024 is going to be an eventful year. I'm sure of that. And I have a lot of plans. As usual, the plans right now probably won't translate to actual results because it's a new year. You're wide-eyed and full of hope, and then you fucking fall down. But I'm gonna keep going with them, and I'm gonna see what I can do with them. And until then, I urge you to like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that. I have to say that. And I will see you next week.